And in the vast landscapes of late 19th century South Africa, a truly remarkable story unfolded. It was a tale of an unlikely friendship. It was a story of loyalty and surprising intelligence. At its heart were two figures, a man named James Wide and a Chakma baboon named Jack. James, known affectionately as Jumper, worked for the Cape Town and Port Elizabeth Railway. He was a guard, a job that required alertness and dedication. Jumper was known for his lively spirit, a man who loved his work on the growing railway lines that crisscrossed the country, connecting distant towns and bringing people together in a new era of travel. One day, Jumper discovered Jack at a local market. The baboon was quite young. Jumper saw something special in the creature's eyes. Perhaps it was a spark of understanding, or maybe just a sense of curiosity. He decided to bring Jack home. Their bond began simply. Jack would watch Jumper with keen interest. He started to mimic Jumper's actions. Jumper, in turn, treated Jack with kindness and patience. He began to teach Jack small, helpful tasks around his cottage. This was the start of a companionship that would soon become legendary, a testament to the connections that can form between humans and animals in the most unexpected of circumstances. Their friendship deepened with each passing day. Jack was an incredibly quick learner. He seemed to understand Jumper's needs almost intuitively. Jumper would give Jack simple commands, and the baboon would carry them out with surprising accuracy. He learned to tend the small garden. He learned to pump water from the well. Jumper found a true companion in Jack, someone to share his days with. In the often solitary life of a railway worker, Jack's presence was a comfort. It was a friendship built on mutual trust and a shared, simple life, far from the bustling cities but close to the heart of the railway. Life on the South African railways in the 1870s was demanding. The work was physically hard and the hours were long. The railway was a lifeline, essential for trade and communication across the vast distances. Signalmen and guards like Jumper played crucial roles in ensuring the safety and efficiency of the trains. It was a world of steam, steel, and strict schedules. Against this backdrop of industrial progress and rugged frontier life, the story of Jumper and Jack began to take a most unexpected turn, one that would challenge perceptions and highlight the extraordinary capabilities hidden within the animal kingdom, proving that intelligence and dedication could be found in the most surprising of forms. Life for James Jumper Wide took a devastating turn. A terrible accident on the railway changed everything for him. While performing his duties, Jumper fell and was severely injured. He lost both of his legs in the tragic incident. For a man known for his agility and active lifestyle, this was a catastrophic blow. His career as a railway guard, a job he loved, seemed to be over. The future looked bleak for Jumper. He faced a life of dependency, unable to perform the tasks that had once defined him. His spirit, though, was not entirely broken by this immense personal tragedy. Confined to his cottage, Jumper needed assistance with almost everything. Jack, his loyal baboon companion, was always by his side. Jumper began to realize Jack's potential went far beyond simple chores. He started to train Jack for more complex tasks. Jack learned to push Jumper in a small trolley. He learned to sweep the floors. He even learned to operate the levers for the railway signals near Jumper's new post at the Uitenhage station. Jumper had been given a less physically demanding job as a signalman, but even this was difficult with his disability. Jack's quick learning offered a glimmer of hope for Jumper. The task of operating the railway signals was complex. It required precision and understanding. Different levers controlled different tracks and signals. The safety of the trains and their passengers depended on these levers being pulled correctly and at the right time. Jumper patiently guided Jack using verbal cues and hand signals. Astonishingly, Jack mastered the system. He learned which levers to pull for specific train whistles. He understood the sequence and the importance of his actions. His intelligence was truly remarkable. Jack seemed to grasp the responsibility placed upon him, performing his duties with focus and diligence. Soon Jack was unofficially assisting Jumper full-time. Every day, Jack would push Jumper to the signal box on his trolley. He would listen for the train driver's whistle signals, which indicated which track they needed. Then, under Jumper's watchful eye, Jack would pull the correct levers. This incredible partnership allowed Jumper to continue his work. It gave him a renewed sense of purpose. The baboon was not just a pet, he was an indispensable assistant, a true colleague who helped his disabled master maintain his livelihood and his dignity. Their teamwork was a quiet marvel, unfolding daily beside the busy railway lines. Word of the Baboon Signalman began to spread. Travelers on the railway line would catch glimpses of Jack operating the levers. They would see him pushing Jumper in his trolley. At first, people were incredulous. A baboon working the signals? It sounded like a tall tale, but as more people witnessed Jack's diligent work, amazement grew. Some were amused, others deeply impressed. The story of Jumper and his intelligent baboon became a topic of conversation far beyond Uitenhage. It was a unique spectacle, a baboon performing a human's job with apparent skill and dedication, day in and day out. Eventually, these stories reached the ears of the railway authorities. They were, understandably, skeptical and concerned. A baboon in charge of railway signals was highly irregular. It raised serious questions about safety and protocol. The railway company could not ignore the situation. They decided an official investigation was necessary. They needed to see for themselves if this baboon was truly capable of such a responsible job. The safety of their passengers and trains was paramount, so a group of railway officials made plans to visit Uitenhage and assess Jack's abilities firsthand. This was a critical moment for both Jumper and Jack. The day of the official test arrived. Jumper was understandably nervous. His livelihood and Jack's future depended on this assessment. The railway officials gathered, watching with keen, critical eyes. A train approached and the driver sounded the specific whistle signal. Jumper gave his usual command to Jack. Calmly, Jack moved to the levers. He pulled the correct ones, just as he had done countless times before. He checked to ensure they were properly set. The officials observed every move, every detail. Jack remained focused, seemingly unfazed by the scrutinizing gaze of the important visitors. He simply did his job. The railway officials were utterly astonished. Jack performed flawlessly. He responded to every signal correctly. He operated the levers with precision and confidence. There was no denying the baboon's competence. He had passed their rigorous test with flying colors. The officials who had arrived with doubt left with a sense of awe. They had witnessed something truly extraordinary. As a result of this successful demonstration, the railway company made a groundbreaking decision. Jack the Baboon was to be officially employed by the Cape Government Railways. This was an unprecedented step, recognizing the unique talents of this remarkable animal. Jack's official employment was a testament to his incredible abilities. He was given an employee number. He even received a salary. His pay was not in money, but it was valuable nonetheless. Jack received daily rations of food, and as a special treat, he was given a bottle of beer every Saturday. This was a clear acknowledgement of his status as a working member of the railway staff. For Jumper, this official recognition was a huge relief. It meant he could continue his job with Jack as his trusted assistant, their partnership now formally sanctioned by the very authorities who had initially been so skeptical. For 9 years, Jack worked as a signalman. In all that time, he never made a single mistake. His service record was impeccable. He was always alert, always diligent. He understood the importance of his role. Train drivers grew to trust Jack completely. They knew that when they sounded their whistle, Jack would ensure the signals were set correctly for their safe passage. His dedication was unwavering. He worked alongside Jumper day after day, ensuring the smooth operation of the railway line. This baboon demonstrated a level of responsibility and consistency that was truly inspiring, a shining example of dedication to duty. Sadly, Jack's dedicated service came to an end in 1890. He contracted tuberculosis and passed away. Jumper was heartbroken. He had lost not just an assistant, but a loyal and intelligent friend. The railway had lost one of its most unique and reliable employees. Jack had worked for 9 years, a significant period of service. His death marked the end of an extraordinary chapter in railway history. The story of the Baboon Signalman, however, did not die with him. It lived on, passed down through generations, a tale of wonder and interspecies collaboration. Jack's legacy endures. His story continues to inspire people around the world. It speaks of the remarkable intelligence of animals. It highlights the profound bonds that can form between humans and other creatures. Jack's skull is preserved and displayed at the Albany Museum in Grahamstown, South Africa. It serves as a tangible reminder of his incredible life and service. The tale of Jack the Baboon Signalman is more than just a curious anecdote. It is a heartwarming testament to loyalty, intelligence, and the surprising ways in which life can bring together the most unlikely of partners to achieve great things.